Hello and welcome to another Company of Heroes 3 game. My name is Fancy Josh, and today I've got a special game for you. This is a 4v4 that I've found on the ladder. Played around the 1900 rating. As you can see, a lot of these players very highly rated in 4v4. And I thought I'd do something different, give this a shot. So without further ado, in blue we have... This is in fact Then Who as our Africa core. His teammate in teal is gonna be I'm Really Not a Donkey as our Africa core as well. Teammate in yellow, this is gonna be... Oh man, this is gonna be a tough game to cast. Alright, I apologize, folks. You're not missing anything. This is the one Frozen Sunset. See, I got all their names translated on the side here. In green, we have Sigismund and their opponents today. In the pink, got Ping Ping as our British. In the orange, we've got Kana Scarlet. It's our US. In the purple, I have this translated as well, Corn as our US. And finally, Frowny Face in red. And just in time, we've got action kicking off down here. I think I'm going to minimize some of these so we can see what's going on. Got two early dingoes from our red British player here, which is an interesting choice. I mean, he is up against a lot of Africa core dingoes, very, very good against the 250s that we're very likely to see from the Africa core player. You know, I do see a lot of folks hating on the dingo spam, so we'll see how this ends up playing out. Neither player going to walk away with control of that fuel, but a huge old fight here. No surprise on the bottom. Players going hard for this fuel point. Check in on the mid zone here, because I'm seeing this orange player getting aggressive with this upgraded Weasel. Has opened Rifleman and Weasel. And what's he going into? This is going to be yellow. So Fulsham Pioneers, so our yellow player has gone for the Luftwaffe battle group here. Up top, we've got infantry sections from our pink player. And he's gone hard into infantry sections up against Panzer Grenadiers and a 250 coming out soon. That 250 could do some serious work up here with the absence of a dingo. That said, does look like our British player has pretty handily won this fight. He has upgraded to those boys' rifles on this one infantry section, but they got a bad retreat path here. Might go down potentially. Panzer Grenadiers going to chase. This is looking really good for our green player. Maybe going to get him... Oh man, I think they're barely going to escape there. Oh my god, I can't believe he got him right at the edge there. That's a very important pickup. That's 50 munitions down the drains. This 250 is going to run the show here. Panzer Grenadiers even going to hop in. Nearly full strength, and this is going to be a German victory up top. That said, Orange Rifleman busting into this area, going to grab this cutoff point. Interestingly enough, ignoring this point here, just going to grab up the territory, deny the resources. Love that. Dingo's actually getting pushed back here. Hasn't continued the dingo spam, going into a heavy machine gun instead. But both these 250s very low here. Well, I guess just the one. But blue took a beating there, but the allied team has managed to secure this point. Let's see, what do they got rolling here? Mortar, a couple riflemen, scouts, engineers, a little bit of everything, really. And red player, not sure where his dingoes are. It's like they're held back a little bit, needing some repairs. The scouts using stealth, very cool. Using stealth to keep the scouts in the area. Rifleman moving up, trying to hold it down. Dingo coming back in with low health. Blue 250 fully repaired here. And this game is chaos. Yeah, so I mean, with so much going on in 4v4s, there's no possible way I'm going to be able to show all the action. But I hope you guys enjoy the chaos as much as I do when I'm playing 4v4s like this. Do like these dingoes already hitting vet 1. We're seeing some artillery barrages called in. Orange finally looping back on this fighting post. Going to secure up this fuel point. And overall, Allies going to come out ahead on fuel, I would say. And we are seeing some infantry support centers coming in here. No real surprise there. think I'm just going to keep the armies off the screen. They're a little too busy. I'll try hovering them as we want to look at compositions. Let's see if that works out for us here. Panzerjägers coming in, so Axis are definitely expecting some early Humber armored cars here. I really prefer Stuarts in a 2v2, or in team games in general, I should say. Just because they give you that mobility to try and help out your teammates across the map. Without being too fragile, I don't have to focus them hard. That said, on a map like this, AT gun's very, very good. It's wide open spaces right through the middle, and AT guns can be very, very strong into something like a Stuart. So a big old brawl here between our orange and green players. Neither player really standing in cover, just duking it out. I suspect both players... I can't quite tell who they're focusing. Looks like those riflemen were focusing the Panzer Grenadiers that just hopped in that 250. In general, in big team fights like that, you want to make sure you're focusing your units into a single unit here. Here come the Double Boys rifles from Pink. That's all he has right now. What's his manpower looking like? It's looking okay. He's clearly bled some units. I mean, he lost those early Boys rifles, but it's very interesting to me that he's going so hard into Boys rifles here. I massively prefer Dingoes, but I might give that a try. Oh man, that strafing run taking out the heavy machine gun in that building. And now these infantry sections got to go here. You know, I think I've left the scores up there too long, so I'll take those down. So you guys can see a little more of the action. 250's chasing this, or Dingo chasing this upgraded 259. Is going to get it, but maybe at the cost of a Dingo. Oh, the wreck there going to block this Dingo, and that might be escaping 250. That'd be freaking huge. Oh, wow, that's pretty devastating. So, man, those 259s... Wow, that was a pretty big loss. The good news for our red British player here is he does have Boys rifles and a AT gun on the way. AT gun's still pretty far away. Boys rifles back in base right now, so I take it back. This is going to be pretty hard to deal with. The good news is there's a heavy machine gun covering the flank. I'm seeing two call-ins here. Is this Fallschirm Pioneers and Fallschirm Jägers at the same time? I think it is. Oh, just kidding. I'm tripping. Is going to be some upgraded weapons here, bazooka and a Browning. That bazooka is much needed here. Going to finally take out this 250, but the disembarking assault grenadiers going to do some free grenades here on top of the captain. Captain going to get out of there. Assault grenadiers trying to close with this heavy machine gun potentially is going to do that, force him back, and looks like the Germans are going to win this position for at least the time being. Top side all quiet, green and yellow moving, green and yellow moving into that top side there. Oh boy, Pioneer Squad, it looks like they were trying to repair this, but got absolutely blasted by the full might of this orange unit here. Weasel being used to scout ahead is going to barely escape there. I love to see that. I like that he's using that Weasel, and it is going to be Stuarts from our pink player. So he rushed. He spent all his manpower teching up to really fast Stuarts there after losing a few units. I think that's a fine decision. This brawl on this bottom side is very, very interesting to me. He's got a medical station here, acting as a forward retreat point. So is going to be able to reinforce out here on the field. Now, very risky, of course. I'm sure we've all tried this strategy or something similar. And for those of you that don't know, you can actually upgrade resource caches to act as a forward retreat point. And, wow, nice shot by the AT gun. Is he going to get another shot there? Oh, barely out of range. Bazooka not connecting. Both players very close to each other's front lines here. I do like this from our Africa Corps player. I mean, he's got this ambulance way far forward, but he doesn't have the forward retreat point. AT gun moving up to take out this medical station. Love to see that. I don't think our U.S. players or Allied players are going to be able to stop that from happening. And is going to get it there. And the fight is going to continue there, but two Stuarts going to push back all these units. Those Jaegers both upgrading to Shreks here. So Stuarts need to be very, very careful. Looks like our yellow player has also researched the Vet 1 on his Luftwaffe officer quarters to have those Vet 1 Jaegers. Look at his army, dude. It's all Luftwaffe. Alright, let's take a quick stroll through the compositions here. Blue seems like he's got really good unit preservation so far. Sorry, there's just so much happening here. It's tough for me to show everything. 259, gonna escape there, barely. Once again, the bazooka missing at a clutch moment. More Stuarts on the way for pink. Good God, man. Yeah, I mean, Stuart spam, definitely a viable strategy in team games. It does get run over later in the game, I would say. But can be very, very strong, very hard to deal with. Stuart's going to blast that building. Jaeger's coming in from the side. We're going to see double Jaeger here pushing this unit back. Looks like our green player has opted for the armored support battle group here. Weasel not going down. Saw an explosion. Thought the worst, and just kidding, it is going to go down. I am a fortune teller. Nice little move here by this green player getting in the side with the flamethrower. Going to drive back the heavy machine gun. Stuart's going to be driven back by the double Jaeger. And not looking too bad for our Germans here. It's a pretty even game in terms of fuel right now. And these boys' rifles trying to do work, but this is why I don't like boys' rifles, because if your opponent goes heavy into infantry, boys' rifles really start to struggle. And I do love to see our players. I mean, it's very cool to see both teams working closely together. I mean, look at all these units all together here. Purple and red, tightly attached at the hip. Teal and blue, we've already been seeing working together with their half-tracks, or with their ambulances and their units covering each other's weakness. Let's take another quick look at their army composition here. Can't seem to get rid of yellow there. There we go. Purple and red. Yeah. So very clearly going to be ranger spam for purple. What's red doing? Let's take a quick look at him. Gone for air and sea battle group, so potentially some pretty strong call-ins later in the game. But doesn't look like he's capitalized on his group at all. I mean, I guess he does have the one commando right there in the front, right in front of my eyes. Teal, of course, has gone for this Gustatori with the Italian infantry there. We might even see him add on the howitzer as well. I think howitzer on this map can be pretty good, but as I'm saying that out loud, Stuka way more popular. At least it was before it got nerfed. We'll see at this high level if that's still the case. I'm going to minimize some of these armies for a moment here. And that top side still being held down by the Germans. And what's amazing to me is the lack of heavy machine guns here. Finally going to get them there. Man, freaking Rangers with their ability to shoot bazookas on the move can be very, very impressive. Mortar moving way up here. Both players do have AT guns, and that AT gun's going to do wonders against that flak. Nice pushback there. Royal Engineers barely escaping, are going to be suppressed by this Vet 3 heavy machine gun there. Gustatori, I'm not sure why he's sitting on the point there. Maybe busy doing something else. And Flak just sitting barely out of range here, and it's just a creep forward here. Just a little bit of like a bounding advance, you know. Move up your infantry, move up your AT, move up your infantry, so on and so forth. And it's amazing to me that both players, like our Axis players, are still able to sit on this front line in the face of all this action here. So Jaeger's going to get driven back. Flak moving out of the range of the AT is going to wipe that unit. That was a scout squad, no big deal there. Sure, he'd love to have the unit, but scouts in team games in general I find to be way weaker. I mean, they just don't have that combat effectiveness that you need. They don't add a lot to your blob. Their utility for giving vision with flares is pretty decent, but you know, their strength is being able to capture on the wings of the map, and that doesn't really exist in the concept of team games, in my opinion. Stuart's going to run down this AA gun, going to destroy him as well. So nicely done there. Yeah, Yellow has lost a couple Jaegers, only has the one. How's his munitions doing? Let's take a quick look at that. Man, total chaos. Total freaking chaos. Looks like Axis might walk away with this bottom point for the time being, but Allies going to trade back this top fuel at exactly the same moment. So funny to see that. What's Orange up to? Looks like he's gone into Special Operations, if I'm remembering the name correctly. Yeah, Special Operations Battle Group. He's got these commandos Special Forces. And yeah, I mean, these units are fantastic. I really like them in team games just because of their ability to switch between anti-infantry and anti-tank. Stuart Swarm absolutely shredding those 250s. Jaegers trying to help out, but ultimately going to do nothing in the face of this onslaught here. Might even lose the second Jaeger on his way out the door. And that is freaking punishing. Second 250 also probably going to go down. Now, this is risky. I'd love to see some mines from our German players, but they're spending all their munitions on probably Treks. Now, our green player does have a Panzer III. Panzer III really good against the Stuart Swarm. He is going to need more than one, of course. A little risky to chase here. Is going to do so anyway. Might get one. It's going to be tough. Yeah, he is going to get one Stuart there, and that's what you want, right? You want to pick off one or two Stuarts at a time, attack ground into the smoke there, going to pick them up. But Allies moving in a big way to support. These guys going to switch to bazookas, and now that 250, that Panzer III in a really bad spot. Jaeger's trying to hold it down. Here come the assault Grens, as well as some regular Grens, and are going to push them back there. But here come the Stuarts. And nice little give and take there from our Allied players, recognizing that they were distracting one another, working together to take down that Panzer. That's kind of a big deal. Let's check in on bottom side. AT gun. Shove those flak all the way out of there, but here come the Panzer Grenadiers. Might even pick up that AT gun, but this really close retreat point doing wonders for our allies here. And it looks like the British player has managed to shove off the teal and move into that fuel in a big way. So fuel definitely favoring our allies at this time. And yeah, the chaos continues. So where do our Axis players go from here? Let's take a quick look through their tech. I mean, actually, I'm going to have to tour their base to see it most effectively. We do see Panzer. Yeah, Panzer's available to all of our players here. No real surprise. And I wonder if that's what they're going to do. Let's switch to something like this. I think we want teal here. We'll close off these. Panzer IV has been added on for a yellow player. He needs to be very careful with this unit. Sure, he's going to want to get aggressive against those Stuarts, but as we just saw, that cutoff can be pretty freaking devastating. Green player, unfortunately, was also helping on the top side. They were both overextended into that top region and then got run over there. Pioneers going down. Flak went down on the bottom side to some AT potentially. Oh, looks like some Rangers chased him down. Nice pickup there for our allies. And a little bit of quiet for a moment here as the Axis got driven back on all fronts, moving out now. Do see a Matilda here on the bottom side. Let's take a quick... We got two Matildas on the field. Interesting. So I think Matildas in team games, kind of a mixed bag. They're very good in a lane, right? They don't have that high mobility, but they're extremely effective against infantry. And that high armor can make them really strong in the face of spammed AT guns. They can survive in a situation you might otherwise not expect. So, liking those Matildas. But as the super heavy tanks come out from our Axis, could get a little rough. And as I'm saying that, though, looks like all of our Axis players... Yeah, I mean, we're probably gonna see Tigers in the super late game, assuming we make it that far. But yeah, that's what I'm talking about with those Matildas. It's bouncing those shells at long range. Don't even care. They're gonna trade off Matildas there, one after the other. One Stuart going down here. Panzer is pretty low. Commando's trying to finish the job here, but are going to go down instead. And Panzerjäger's going to force back those Stuarts. Look at that Vet 3 Stuart, good God. I'm assuming he has infantry training. Let's take a quick look at that. Or I should say vehicle training. Yeah, he does. He also has... he's gone for the armored battle group here, so he's getting increased veterancy accrual on these Stuarts. Smoke popped there, but not going to save the high vet Stuart here. Is using the damaged treads there to slow down the Panzer, but Panzer's going to just chase down the Stuart here. And the Stuart swarm is dead. Our pink British player has just 2 engineers left. And I wonder if he's teching. Yeah, he is going for company command post here. So we're going to probably... I mean, I guess we're going to see Crusaders? Yeah, I'm not sure what his plan is. We'll see. Honestly, going to start needing 17-pounders soon. Potentially. Taking a quick look here. Long-range battles. Again, Matilda doing their thing. Just tanking all those front shots. Rangers chilling out here. Actually, let's take a quick look at these Ranger blobs. What do we got here? I have to switch to the purple player to see it. And just want one Ranger squad. Double bazooka, bar, flamethrower, that's about average. Triple bazooka on that guy. And bars, couple bazookas, so pretty good mix. And average as far as RNG is concerned, I would say. Purple gonna move into this middle area. Hold it down here. Lines drawn on this bottom side. Axis, well, Allies not feeling like they need to take any more territory. Just waiting for his opponent to push in. And a howitzer on the way for purple, very cool. No real surprise there, but these commandos are already veteran C2. They have flamethrowers from somewhere. Grenade gonna connect with those Gustatory, but good God, those things are tanky. Matilda's moving in to help out. AT gun's gonna reface here. Heavy machine gun actually in a good position. Ambulance gonna be forced back. We do see a Stuka here. And is gonna fire. Looks like he's gonna hit this guy here. And not gonna get great connections. Heavy machine gun looked like he wanted to walk out of there. I think that was a smart decision to fully retreat. Germans do have control of this top side. There is an orange Sherman up there. Just looks like he has just the one Sherman for now. Not upgraded. Black Prince added on for our pink player here. And I freaking love Black Prince. This thing is a beefcake. And it is... our Axis don't have great answers for it other than the Shreks right now, I would say. 6-pounder helping out. This is a 6-pounder, right? Yeah. Why does purple have a 6-pounder? Jaegers trying to grab up the center point. Victory points very even. This has been a very back and forth game, both in terms of fuel and victory points. Overall, score lines looking very equal as well. So pretty cool to see that. Repair bunker on the way for our yellow player. And God, these Ranger blobs are ridiculous. Does purple have... yeah, he's got logistics. Does he have infantry training? Doesn't have infantry train... oh, he does. There it is. Survival training. Grenade's going to do a number on those Jaegers. They should make it out here. Because we're down to, like, mostly bazookas at this point. And actually going to win this fight, I think. That flamethrower doing work, though. Vet 3, pretty powerful. Howitzer doing its thing. And, wow. No Axis units on this top side. How many tanks does green have? Just the 2. Well, he's going to have 2 here shortly. Blue has a couple of those. Panzer 3s as well. Teal is just going for the Stuka. Yellow's going to have a second Panzer 4 here. And what's purple? Just the howitzers and rangers, no surprise. Black Prince for pink. Literally 0 tanks for orange. Looks like his Sherman went down. And Grant's on the field for red here. Red's unit preservation, well, oops. Looks like he called off the Matilda. I think he called the Matilda off the map. And looks like he is going to switch into Grant's here. Grant spam, pretty darn good in team games as well. Black Prince going to shoo away pretty much everything here. Jaeger's going hard, though. Not sure that's the place they want to be. Units trading out here in the middle. Looks like Allies are going to retain control of the victory point. Black Prince up to veterancy 1. What column is that? I can't even tell, dude. Stuka dive bomb. No. Oh, yeah, that was... wait, what the heck? What was that ability? Yeah, Stuka dive bomb. I had it right. All right. Epic Black Prince here. Vet 1 already. Looks like he has radio net. Hasn't quite gone up to the artillery. I forget what it's called. Recon artillery. The plane flies over and bombs everything in an area. I wonder how good that's going to be at a high level. I freaking love that ability in team games. Just because can really deny an area to your opponent, especially used in conjunction with a push. Jaeger's moving in here. I mean, Axis have control of both fuel points right now, and as I say, that command is going to put a quick end to that. We see some hidden demo charges, not that I'd be able to see them get detonated, but hidden demolition charges in team games seem pretty spicy. We're seeing armored reserves on the way. Triple pack here. Going to push away the Grant. And actually getting some decent connections against the Matilda here. Does he have vehicle training? He does. Yeah. We have more armored support elements added on. A hull down Panzer, very interesting. Risky is going to unhull down there and move out. And very cool. I love this rapid assault we're seeing out of our Panzer III player, or excuse me, our Afrika Korps player, Green up here. Oh man, that's going to be a blitz. Everything moving into this area all at the same time. We're seeing a barrage from Orange. Looks like it's a Stuka strafing run. Potentially a Stuka bombing run. I don't know what that was, taking him out. But nice little escape there by the Black Prince. Even going to pop smoke and shoot out there. I think he may have even used the rapid repair to stay alive. Wow. That was a crazy little blitz there. Ended up getting massively punished. Our green player did, but very cool idea. I hope to see more of that. We got another red call in here. Red means dead. And it looks like it's going to be the artillery barrage from the air and sea. It's the naval bombardment. And this is not a place you want to be. Looks like our Axis player is going to take a little bit of punishment there, but should walk away okay ultimately. Oh man, getting a hit on that Panzer III. Here come the Rangers, being all scary. Heavy machine gun nearly in position there. AT gun's in a really bad spot. Going to have to keep retreating here. Love to see these Panzer Grenadiers engage those Rangers there. Panzer III's popping smoke, going to bail out. Now the Panzer Grenadiers need to fall back as well. Just needs to delay here, save the AT guns. Heavy machine gun did manage to get set up. Oh, Panzer Grenadier going to go down there. Rangers might steal. I don't know if they're full up on weapons. But now that our Rangers are retreating, these Panzers can potentially move back into position. Grants look like they were heavily damaged, not going to be able to help out. And things starting to swing in our allies' favors for the moment. I mean, we've seen a back and forth game all game so far. Panzer IV pushing in here. Black Prince bouncing a side armor shot from this Panzer III. No surprise there. Panzer IIIs have basically no penetration against this Black Prince. Even going to go down to a rear armor shot there. Panzer IV's having to back out. We're seeing another anti-tank loiter here. Going to take down one. Jaeger's getting it behind the Black Prince. This is looking really good. This is what I'm talking about here with this blitzkrieg that we tried to see earlier. I don't think that this Black Prince has smoke right now, and it definitely doesn't have the self-repair ability. It's got like a 2-minute cooldown. What a beautiful play. Getting in behind that Black Prince and taking him down. Those guys are look at that Vet 3 freaking 250. That is unbelievably impressive. And what a takedown there. So that's a big deal. They're going to get the victory point and the fuel potentially here. Here comes a gigantic push by our Axis on this bottom side. There are some tanks waiting nearby. I don't see the Rangers. There they are on the top side. Heavy machine gun waiting for that blob. And pack guns setting up on the Matilda. Grant's trying to help out at long range. Commandos popping smoke really far forward here. Going to let them close with those pack guns. Maybe going to see some grenades here. Potentially push back the unit there. Red means dead here. Looks like another Stuka dive bomb. Keeping those Rangers at bay for the time being. What did this guy just get hit by? Not sure what that was. Grand actually went down to the pack guns there. Panzer III's having to back away. And heavy machine gun going to get picked up here. God, those Rangers are tough to deal with. I'm thinking another heavy machine gun for our Axis here, potentially. I'm going to check in on their unit compositions. Ambulance going down. Blue player's been absolutely wiped out here. Teal's still got pretty decent unit preservation. Those double Gustatori's going to feel good. Rocket strike coming in from our red player here. Not going to pick up the Panzers on their way out. And wow. So Allies dominant on this bottom side. Pink ought to be able to get another... looks like he's going Crusader spam. He's just been all over the map in terms of composition this game. Clearly favoring the vehicles, but... And red player just going to clean up here, destroy that heavy machine gun. Let's take a quick look here. Yellow's moving into this middle area in a big way. Should love to see him pick up that victory point. This howitzer, I haven't seen it firing a whole lot, but it is veteran C2. Can I quickly check before it's destroyed? Go, go, go. And nope, I am too slow. But is going to go down there. It was Vet 2, so clearly was doing something for our allies there. I just didn't happen to see it barrage. Multiple medical stations added on here. That's cool. And he's probably switching retreat points based on what he's needing to do at any given moment. Very cool to see that. Pink has 2 Crusaders. They're fighting somewhere. Purple player just Rangers. We're seeing more 76mm Shermans being added on here for orange. Red is continuing the Grants. Jaeger's going down for yellow. Yellow's going to have another Panzer IV. Green has still Panzer IIIs. Stuka dive bomb going to take out that heavy machine gun. Blue is building up heavy machine guns. I think that's a great choice. And has Panzer IIIs to deal with just about anything. Taking a quick look at the techs. No support elements for blue, so we're not going to see Tigers from him. Yellow, green does have it. What's his fuel situation? Not great, so probably not anytime soon. Feels like he's favoring those Panzer IIIs. And all quiet for a moment here. That's weird. Red has moved up, so has purple. So red's just trying to hold it down with a few units over here. And that might end up working out for him, especially if he walks into a heavy machine gun there. I love this prepared position here, covering this whole area. He's even got another heavy machine gun here waiting. AT gun's going to destroy the prepared position there a little bit. Seeing a fight break out up here, it looks like. Crusader's going to chase these Panzer IIIs right into these Jaegers. Jaeger's ready for it. Crusaders cannot chase there. And I like the, the staggered fallback there, right? He left his units that were at full health at the front, continuing to fight. Sherman's trying to move into the area to help, but here comes blue. Is yellow going to support this push? Doesn't look like it. Green has fallen way, way back there. Those Panzer Grenadiers should make it out, although it's not going to feel good. And actually, this is a nice little bait here. Looks like another Stuka dive bomb, potentially. Not going to connect. Oh, nice. Actually got a pretty decent connection there. Infantry section going to get picked up by those Panzers. This is a precarious position for our allied players there. They do know about it, though. Here comes all 3 armies. Blue, green, and yellow going to collapse. Picking up 1, picking up 2. Crusader going down, Sherman going down, and this last Crusader is cooked. Nice little push there. That's pretty devastating for our allies. I mean, they don't have any tanks left up here, and even more units coming in. Stuka strafing run being called down over the top. Actually, it's not Stuka. Whose is that? That is the orange player. Can't see what ability that is. Just a whole bunch of units getting wiped out there. What is that? Anti-infantry loiter is gonna suppress those Jaegers, but red taking this time to push in here in a big way. Looks like he picked up all the AT guns from our German player. Could even keep going here. See if he ends up doing that. Victory points currently favoring our allies. They do have control of 2 of them. I do see a blue dot moving into the center victory point there. Just kidding, it's a purple dot. I am blind. Surprised our red player didn't keep pushing there. I mean, he doesn't know what's in the fog of war, but he did see all those Panzers up top. We do see them rotating back down now. Looks like yellow's going to be able to move in here. Doesn't want to push his luck. Just upgrading side skirts. And in our howitzer barrage... Oh, that's a bishop. Okay, interesting. Bishop added on to support these vehicles here, doing a number on those units. Seeing mines. Is that a mine? That's a demolition charge. Let's go! Oh my god. I really hope we see that go off. I'm going to switch to red player. Yeah. Please, let's see that happen. I will try to keep an eye on the map there. It's very likely I miss it, unfortunately. Gonna grab up these medical tents here. Green even moving down. Things looking really good for our axis here. And here comes Teal. Not gonna walk into the demo charge. And this is a pink overflight here. What is that? That's the recon artillery there. Gonna nuke any unit that walks into that area. Axis don't actually have any anti-air units, I don't think. Good God, blue has so many tanks. Teal got absolutely wiped out, though. So, I mean, it feels like the game state is currently favoring our Axis in terms of army compositions, but allies are holding on. That was a nice little pickup by that unit there. Didn't quite finish the capture. Did need to get out of there immediately. Might still lose him regardless. Axis not going to chase there. Looks like he's going to come up to this top side. Now this is a very dangerous place to be as an allied unit. Going to take a bad retreat path, and those Panzer IVs are going to chase him down here. Oh, I missed the demo charge. No. And it looks like a Grant went down there potentially. No, that was from earlier. And geez. Axis just running the show here. We do see another Black Prince here, but here comes the dive. Now Panzer III is going to do really poorly against this unit, even with those tungsten rounds. Look at all these bounces. Holy cow, bouncing at point-blank range. Dager's doing okay, but ultimately going to be driven back here. And, God, he has a vet, his 2 Vet 3 250s. That's crazy. I don't even know what these things do at Vet 3. Hang on. More health, harder to hit. Rotation rate, ability to recharge speed. Very cool. Yeah, Vet 3, that 80% health and 30% harder to hit. Those things are going to be beasts. Rangers dealing with this Jaeger blob is going to push him back. Artillery barrage from, I think, the Bishop there coming in here. And a nice little flank by these Rangers, trying to get some grenades in the retreat path. Not going to happen. Is going to continue to chase here. Punish these units as much as possible. Those flamethrowers slowing down the retreat. Oh, that's so brutal. But Vet 3 across all those units going to make them much, much tankier. And is going to let them escape there. And we've got 5 of those Panzer IIIs. That's all that's on the map. He does have a 259 hanging out somewhere. Resource coming, cash coming down for blue. And, man, a Panzer III going to get picked up there. Looks like a bunch of commandos coming out of base. He's also added on a ton of bazookas here. Purple going to help out on this top side. I love how we've seen both teams just constantly pushing into an area with, like, way out of their lane, right? Purple, you'd look at Purple and say his lane is bottom, but he has been very active on this top side, and so has Blue. That's very cool to see. Tiger added on for Teal here. Very cool to see that. Now, this is very risky here. Oh, no. This Tiger getting caught out here. There's going to be a mine potentially saving the day. Here comes Blue. Tiger giving rear armor here. Is going to make it out. Red means dead. Can't move in here. That's going to be a Stuka strafing run. Surely. Stuka strike. Nope. That's going to be... What is that? I mean, surely that was a Axis ability there. Is that from Teal, maybe? Oh, man, he's going to walk through his own barrage. Oh, no. Yeah, that was Teal. I think that's the Obits barrage. I'm sure I just pronounced that wrong, so pretend I didn't say anything. Yeah, the 305 barrage there. How's Green doing? 3 tanks. How's Pink doing? He's just got the single... Just the single Black Prince here, and here comes the dive from Green once again. Look how freaking fast that 250 is. Oh my god, getting in behind here. Looks like Blue's going to get on the action. Yellow's coming as well. And that's a bad place to be if you're a tank. He is going to pop smoke here, but actually going to get hit by the anti-tank loiter there that we see overhead from, I think that's... God, I think that's pink. What a ridiculous fight. Smoke is saving the day here a bit, but these 250s, these Panzer III's going to pick him up. Grant's helping out. Very low Grant there, going to make it out. Bishop actually starting a barrage on the top side there. Not going to get anything done. Oh my god, a flak emplacement from Yellow to help out against all these planes. I think that's a really good idea. Tiger hanging out, and you know what? I want to take a quick look at this skin. That's a cool skin. I'm not sure what that is. Is that one of the new ones? Let me know. And Allies holding on here. I mean, victory points getting awful low for Axis, but it feels like Axis have a compositional advantage here, potentially. I mean, Green lost a lot of tanks there. Yellow's managed to have great unit preservation through this mid-game. He's got all his Jaegers, all his Panzers that he's had for ages. Purple hasn't changed composition much. He's just adding on another howitzer here. We do see our red player up to 3 Grants. Panzer Pioneers look like they may have been trying to salvage that wreck. Oh, that's a bad retreat path. Surely those guys are donezo. Yeah. Unfortunate loss there. Now, not a lot of units on this bottom side. We could see blue potentially storm the bottom. Actually going to pick up this infantry section. Nice little grab there. And infantry is going to be hard to keep alive at this stage in the game. And it looks like our purple player may have activated his bottom retreat path, sending all his rangers home to beat these Panzer III's there, but taking a horrible retreat path. And Commandos planted something there, maybe? No, they didn't. Oh, Grant's getting on the side of these Panzer III's. That's one dead Panzer, surely. Maybe a second? Yeah, 2 going to go down there. Nice pickup there. Orange even getting in on the action. So, a little risky there, but here comes the counter push here by Green and Yellow. And man, the map awareness from these players is just amazing. I mean, anytime a fight is breaking out anywhere on the map, we see multiple players storming into the area to help out, and I freaking love it. Take notes, folks. I mean, this is... I talk about this on the forums a lot. Well, not a lot, but I talk about this when folks are like, hey, what could I do differently in a team game? You know, why are my teammates idiots? That sort of thing. And this is what being a good teammate means, right? Is helping... is seeing where the action is unfolding and getting involved. Even Blue coming back in here, try and pick up some Grants. Unfortunately for him, not going to get anything done because those Rangers saving the day. Just great teamwork all across the board here. This is a 76 from our orange player. He's going to add on a second one. Definitely doesn't want to lose this to the Tiger there. Getting some decent penetration on that front armor, and a Martyr from our yellow player. Interesting. I do think Martyrs have a scary amount of armor penetration that can catch you off guard a little bit there. And how's he capturing? Oh, it's the surely it's the... can't remember the name of the ability. Yeah, here it is. Rapid advance. Yep. Duh. Martyr helping out here a little bit. Artillery barrage coming down. Not sure what artillery barrage that is. Looks like maybe the naval bombardment. If it was, it'd be in a bad spot. So probably Obits, now that I'm thinking about it. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong. You guys have told me how to say it correctly, and I instantly forgot. Wow. Oh, good. Nice pickup there here. Sherman going down. But 34 points on the clock here. Axis needed to take this point right the heck now. Doesn't look like they're noticing it, because this is a huge, huge push picking up Grants. Looks like they're going to sweep all the way down here and completely wipe out the Allies. Are going to lose some units there. Surprised he didn't continue with a push. And this high veterancy 250 going to go down there. This freaking rocket strike strafing all those Axis tanks. Here comes Blue, though. Going to pick up a Grant. Going to pick up a Bishop. Might get the second Grant here. Didn't see it. Does see it now. Not penetrating on that front armor. Good God. Axis just wiped the floor with those units. Grant's going down all over the place. Howitzer are going to go down. Ranger's still alive, but purple and orange have basically nothing left. Here come the Rangers, though. Oh my god, picking up one unit there. Might get a second. Gonna retreat instead. They do have a nice little flank here. Does look like there's one bazooka AT gun from downtown setting up on that unit there. And okay. So Axis have 2 of the points. So have stopped the bleeding. Commando's trying to get that done up there, but not going to make anything happen. Axis moving into the middle here. There is a demo charge there. Please step on the demo charge, sir.
17-pounders are being made available.
And whose 17-pounders are those? I think that's going to be... Is that pink? Could be red, I guess. Guess I could look. While we have a minute of quiet. Yeah, it's going to be from orange there. Or from red, I should say. What even are colors? 250 moving up on this top side. Looks like he's going to capture all this territory. Tiger helping out. Bunker being thrown down by yellow here. So I have a problem of floating manpower in the late game, which these players clearly don't have that problem. Probably because they're constantly using units and constantly replacing them. And unfortunately that bunker's instantly going to go down here. But what I'm trying to say is I like the use of a little bit of spare manpower to try and get a bunker down, make it that much harder to take. Unfortunately, these purple players just sweeping through and taking out a ton of units there. Tiger, oof. Looks like MG34 went down there, no big deal. Bazookas, Vet 2 and Vet 3, so they do have that increased armor penetration. I'm sure he has the bazooka upgrades as well, making them deal more damage. Rangers coming back in. Panzer 3 is unafraid. And we do see some blue units in this bottom side. Doesn't look like he's picked up any territory there. Rangers just doing their thing, charging into death. Jaeger's holding it down. A repair truck getting taken out there. I think he was trying to salvage something. An admirable effort, but ultimately going to get nuked. And yeah, Captain just trying to touch that middle point. Not going to happen. We do see some victory points changing hands on the top side as well. Commandos once again in this area, stopping the bleed. Slowing it down here. Pink has another friggin' Black Prince. That's the 3rd one this game. Jaeger's helping out at max range. And wow. This game has been totally insane. It's very, very cool to see all these players working so closely together. And it just is going to be a bloodbath in the middle here. Green's even got a unit hanging out here. Grant might go down to all those martyrs, but Ranger's going to push them back. And both players going to limp away there. Commando's going down. What's this Tiger up to in terms of kills? 21 infantry kills so far. And here comes the swarm of Panzer IIIs. Driving back those units. And really feels like our allies are on the back foot here, and now it's just a matter of weeding out their opponents. Teal calling in a double Stug here. I don't mind the Stugs for their tankiness, but maybe a little bit of a questionable decision because those Rangers want to be close. And the Stug, even with this close shot, isn't going to do super hot. I think he only gets that at Vet 1, though, so... Good lord, that is not a place you want to be. Absolutely dominating that building there. And it's going to be a surrender from our allies. Yep. Wow. What a fun game. I had a lot of fun casting that 4v4. I don't know if I was able to tell a concise story about what was happening everywhere the whole time, but I think we saw some really clear demonstration of teamwork by both teams and what it means to be a good teammate in a team game. So, hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you learned something like I did, and I will see you in the next video.